Hey guys, I'm Sean Calloway and I'm the Product Development Manager here at Anzo USA. And today we're going to be going over our full LED headlights for the 18 to 20 F-150s. These are our newest ones. So what we have is we have the outer styling around here. Those will have the white running lights as well as the initiation feature and a sequential turn signal. We have our full LED low beam and our full LED high beam. Across the center here we have the amber bar that lights up for running and turns. And then in here we have our reflector, which lights up too, as well as your side marker light. It does come in a black housing with a crystal clear lens. And then now if we take a look here on the back, we've got a few components. We have our beam adjuster right up here, as well as mounting tabs. We have our OEM connections, which is, this one's your main one. This is your turn signal one. And then right here on the inside, you have your side marker one here. And that is everything as far as this light goes. But we do provide an extra harness for these lights. And that's so the features work during the daytime. You'll have some zip ties, and that's to run the harness across the top core support and be able to secure it all the way down. You have a harness that hooks up to your battery. On one end, it's got a fuse as well as a single bullet connector to be able to hook up into this part of the harness, which has our controllers as well as the connectors to be able to plug right into the back of this headlight and into your OEM harness. And then the harness that this one will plug into right there, as well as it has two connections for the resistors for the turn signals. That way you don't get any hyper flash. So let's go ahead and get the vehicle dismantled and get these installed and see what they look like. Tools needed: Phillips screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, a 7mm, an 8mm, a 10mm, and an 11mm, an extension, and a 3/8 ratchet. Okay, so in order to get the stock headlights out, we're gonna have to remove a few things just like on other models of F-150s. So we'll need to remove this top core support cover, the grille, and this bottom valance right here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start by removing these 14 push tabs. We got a little flat blade screwdriver. There's a little opening and you could just push up on these like this, pull the center out, and then pull this out. Again, there's 14 of these, and put them somewhere safe. You don't want to lose them. Okay, so now that we've got the top core support cover off, we can move on to this lower valance here. And you have two 7mm bolts that hold in the edge right here on either side. So you'll want to pull those out. And then what you can do is just, with your hand, you can grab and loosen that up. And what you're gonna do is just put your hand in here in the open space and just pull. And you wanna release this all the way around. That way we can get this off to get the grille off. Just like that. Okay, so now that we've got the lower valance off, we can go ahead and move to the grille. This is gonna have four 10mm bolts here across the edge, and then also one 8mm bolt on either side right here in the corners. So let's go ahead and get these off. Okay, so now that we've got the bolts out of the top and bottom here of the grille, what you're gonna wanna do is not forget to unplug your grille in the car. That has your fins to monitor air going in through your radiator. And then just grab right here, lift up and just jiggle it out, just like this. Now, we can set this off to the side, but one thing to point out is that there's a channel on the bottom of the grille that hooks underneath this rubber piece. And what you can do is you can take a screwdriver along the edge and release that and pull the grille a little bit and it'll pop right off. So let's go ahead and get the headlights out next. Okay, so to remove the headlights from the vehicle, now we'll just have to remove some bolts. We have four 10mm bolts. There's two up here, one right here on the side, and one right here in front on the bottom. And then we have an 8mm right here on the bottom too as well that we have to remove, and another push tab that holds the corner of the headlight in up here against the support. So let's get these out. Okay, so once you've removed the bolts that are holding the headlight in, all you need to do is you can place one hand here, and there's this little vent right down here that you want to push down, and you can wiggle the headlight at the same time to get it to release. Just don't get your hand caught. And then you'll just want to wiggle the headlight out like that. And we'll just unplug this from the back here, just like this. And now we can get our harness ran over and the new headlight installed. Okay, so we've got the headlight out and we've got ahead and already installed the other side with the harness routing from that headlight all the way over to here. As you can see, we've got our new harness right here that's routed along with the pull cable and the other harness that's zip tied down. And we went and put it right here through this open part in this flap. That way we could tuck it back here behind the headlight. And these are really simple to do. We even include some written instructions to show. But you take your resistor and plug it into the white connector like this. And this you're just gonna tuck up behind here. You wanna make sure you clean it off. And then this red piece right here will peel off so you can stick it right there inside on the vehicle. Next, what we're gonna do is we take the OEM harness and we need the headlight connector. And as you can see, we have this connector that mimics the one on the back of our headlight with the OEM one, and they just slide right in and snap together. Now, we'll just go ahead and grab this headlight and we just plug everything in like normal. You know, high, low beam here, then we have our turn signal and our side marker lights. So we'll just go ahead and plug these in. Push that in, lock it down. Turn signal one and the side marker one. Get this stashed back here for now. Now, going in is as easy as coming out. So we'll line up this bottom here. You want to put your hand in under here, push down on the vent. Make sure the vent is out of the way and get it to line up just by wiggling it back and forth. Just like that. Now we'll reline this vent up with the holes here in the bottom. And we can go ahead and replace all the bolts and replace the rest of the vehicle. So the last part of the harness that we need to hook up is going to be the positive side of this fuse right here that we included on this harness. And all we're going to do is we're going to use this large lug here. This is a size 11. And we're just going to loosen this a little bit so we can peel it off like this and slide this in. Tighten it back up. Now we'll zip tie this all up and get it nice and neat in here so it's not all over the place. For now, what we're going to do is put this right down in here. You can pull this protective cover right back over. Now we'll get the whole vehicle back together and do a light adjustment and then see what they look like. Okay, so we've got everything back together, and before we go out on the road, we're gonna wanna do a headlight adjustment. And for that, you'll need a Phillips screwdriver. And the adjustment's located right here, right where stock was. You put the Phillips right on the teeth right there, and you spin it left or right, depending on whether you need it to go up or down. Okay, so once you've done that and you're comfortable with where your lights are aimed, now we can go ahead and check out some features on this. We have our newest one, as you can see, that's signaling that the hood closed. And then if we go ahead and hit unlock, we can see how the feature works. So the headlights are in, the features are working. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the headlight.